I want to do now
Fruit.
is this. Be made to it. I want to deal with Whirling Waltz. I don't know what's it about because like it has been booming. It is a new hit bang bada bing bada boom type of thing. I just gotta now have time for it, which is now. Did the character quests, did all that. And I could be right here. Enjoy what's up. See Scavier. That's why we didn't do it. Now we can just mosey on over right over here. There's our lovely fellows, Kinich and Charlotte.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird?
Mm.
We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they'd let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
Kinich is the reader.
How about lost treasure resurfaces at last? Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Nerd. Nerd. Oh wait, hold on. This one gems. Illegal restaurant caught serving stew. Proves surprisingly popular.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Oh my, wait. My oh my, that can't be real. Fine. I hate to admit it, but you won this one. Huh?
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded?
No, that's not what it said.
No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Not sure, really. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. What if it's a traveler in Paimon? Sup, sup. Sup, homies, what's up? What a coincidence. Mr. Kinich and I were just talking about you two for the past few minutes. Unfortunately for me, he's a loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remains tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share with me? A great traveler's triumph exploits in that land? Team effort. Modest as ever. Anyway, I get a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. For what? What's wrong? Let's backtrack a bit. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you to Fontaine? Literally anything.
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Pleasant surprise for you, Kinich. I know about Charlotte, but I'm surprised you're here, buddy.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a story of meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, that? We're just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Tabloid headlines?
Tabloid, got him,
Yeah.
idiot.
Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories.
How about this? Fatui in your own home? Fatuis are around. Are they near you?
Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry you've seen so much unflattering son of Fontaine, Mr. Kinich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing attention and boosting their status and sales, which makes sense. The ones who still get shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth and main body of the artifact. Although, the misleading headlines is still an underlying trick to draw readers in. But others, like the one we're just reading about, no qualm about making outrage replications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Funny. It's very lenient of you, Mr. Kinich.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in that land. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
That sounds like no person was harmed in making this film, type of thing. Oh wait, hold on, I'm pushing my buttons. And if you're wondering where the index did persuade over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge, right off the offset. As a placer pneumonia has only one judge, you can't expect Mr. Nubula to handle every single case, which you guys did. On a more interesting note, the trial in question was remarkably smooth, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kinnich's testimony as a key witness. Huh?
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kinich.
Fair. I was wondering, misunderstanding. The world's not going well. Maybe not. That's even better world for me if Mr. Kenichi would agree to an exclusive interview with Steenberg.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat! You saw right through me! Guess I'll put down the neat instincts of a renowned Saurian hunter. And any response to that, or?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kinich the speechless! Kinich the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
That's what I'm here. Back to me again. Of course, that's a brilliant idea. But that's also means I need a bit more time to prep. Put something together. Throw a list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent. At the very least, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's your call. Anyway, I should probably get going back to work. I need to go track down the Gestarian and report these inquiries to the Board of Trouble. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again.
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That owl thing that popped out before, or was it a howl? It kind of looked like a howl, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a howl.
Huh?
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
May not communicate very well, Fontaine. Right, because he could get to judge like how we almost did during that one time we went to Fontaine, and you weren't on a leash.
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
Or you'll go to jail.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, I get it now. And I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kinich holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a How wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon.
And also, granted, is Dragon Lord. It's also a dragon.
That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out.
Cool.
It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two.
Nah,
If you're
funny.
free, why don't you come along?
Sure. Seeing how angry it always makes me my day. That sounds always a bit fun.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
Cool. Whirling Waltz, Act 1, an overnight fantasy land. Cool, I'm gonna go do something real quick, so I'll be right back. Small BRB, small BRB. Oh, bad idea. Oh, jeez, that's far. I can teleport. Yes! Yes! If it can teleport me, I'm gonna do it. Let's go.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Cool.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Fair.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House.
Yeah.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da!
Hmm.
But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no, no, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
There's something oddly familiar about the way you talk. Who are you?
Oh no, you've forgotten me? Oh, does graph adversarial technology ring any bells? It's me, Lapine Pauline.
All right. Good to see you again.
Of course. How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
True. My fault.
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here.
Cool.
As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it too.
Whoa.
Huh? You've got to be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
How?
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Idiot meets idiot.
Fair.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Yeah,
Miss
seems fair.
Nadia! allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, President of Fontain Spina di Rosula.
Gosh, she's pretty. Anyway,
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
trusty brother, partner, holy cow, why did I go for trusty partner? I'm very well, thanks. You're better than you are here.
Hello there. I'm Kinich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
Fair.
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Man,
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners.
but you didn't shake her hand. So, pull shotgun to his head, shake her hand.
Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
You're literally talking to the person who also plays D&D with, Florad.
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
How totally being treated like a little cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night.
Woo!
Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light.
That's a win. Nice. Good.
I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Need help?
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see. I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet, so let me fill you in. In
Okay.
short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss
Oh.
Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right, the one and only Surintendant Cheval Morand.
Huh? Huh?
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal, a win-win arrangement.
Cool.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions.
Cool.
Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event.
Cool.
As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Sounds like fun. I'll think about it.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant.
Cool.
Look over there.
What a lovely woman.
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
She seems a bit busy right now.
That's great.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
You little... what's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got.
Cool.
Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Sure thing, honey. Partner. I meant partner. Holy cow, I meant partner. My fault. Don't sue me. Ah. Like Navi, but you're not Navia.
Traveler, it's you!
Correct.
Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Let me get a few of
No
things over
problem.
first.
We'll be ready when you are.
Cool. Fine, I'll talk to you then.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary.
I believe
The
that.
sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Correct?
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Ooh.
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Oh.
Do you think a foreign tourist might have...
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities.
Fair.
I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
You must have had a lot of free
What did
time
the
to do that.
authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
He is a gun.
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why,
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun.
What? How can you describe a gun but not gun?
Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Okay. Like you should.
Something like this.
Oh, shoot, that's a blaster from an android.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Sketched by a professional engineer, after all.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natland. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Thanks a lot. Can't wait for the event to start.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing.
Sure.
Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
It's good to see you too. Like I said, it seems like Kanish has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. After saying goodbye, you and Kanish find somewhere to chat.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
Yeah, that was an android blaster.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontain terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun.
Right.
Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue?
No.
I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case.
You're probably
It might
right.
have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I'll join you on that one,
Perfect.
buddy.
Then we can head out right away.
Woohoo!
Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Cool. Many options, many options. Navia. Alright, Miss Navia. I want a shot.
Traveler, it's you!
Correct?
Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Yes! Let's do it.
It's time, dear partner and Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland.
Cool.
As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated.
Right.
We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
We've done plenty of big businesses ourselves, Paimon. Do you not remember?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
Thanks.
Anyway, first things first. let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Cool. Ah.
As you can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction.
Cool.
The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora.
Right.
Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
Sounds right up my alley. We'll learn on the job.
Come on, we can do this.
Try.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just
Crab.
now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out.
Right.
If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
So you want me to be your test player, aka seed benchmark?
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Cool.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then, let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
I think I'll go to that later. No. I want to do the story. Well, sorry, Navia. Would love to do more, but I'm gonna focus on story part only. I'll come back to do the event another time. AKA its own video. Yo, it's me!
Oh, man.
What happened this time? What'd you guys
Bro!
Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
do? Oh no.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
What's up, dudes? What's up, home slices?
Come on, Aoife, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... Ah, I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Nice.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
True.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Yep.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why
For
vegetables.
Kakuku. Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one.
I can believe that.
Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
That's okay, buddy.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natland, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
No.
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Cool.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
True.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi, guys. My name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore.
Neither.
So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
Is he in jail?
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku.
But what about him?
Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Flying?
Let me
I'm on-
guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
True.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building?
Oron, you watch too much movies.
That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Paimon, you're watching too much movies as well.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
You know, words right now, in this building there could be not one Awesomeosaur, but 2.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it happens, Kinich and I were just heading over there.
Leave it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Ah, say that's
Well,
Ipa's.
then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
Alright, fine. I'll mix it up once in a while. To be more immersive.
It's as good as done.
Finish got this. Let's go. I love the pause. I love its time. Very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. Bum bum ba da dum. Bum bum ba da dum.
Nothing new there. The first few days of every month are always noisy.
You just speak? No, that's you.
What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
Oh no. Ah!
No way, bro!
He's a dinosaur. He's like you, but
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no.
Sup, Newlet? Sup, Ricey? Sup? For real, bro?
Bro!
Sup, bros? Damn me up.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Yeah, he's
Oh, you know one another.
correct. He's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend! Yeah! A saurian friend of a human friend!
He's a bro of a
Great.
bro.
Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work.
That's what I
If
think.
I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial?
Correct.
I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
But doesn't mean he could still be there.
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman,
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me.
Exactly.
But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh wow! Oh no!
No, he's all broken.
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Or die. A bit strange, but they are a great pair of awesomosaurs.
Let us return to the matter at hand.
Right.
Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
yes. Let me fill you in.
Finnish tells never let Rassie found a gun. Never let Rassie and cry.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
Fair.
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
Yeah.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see.
They really are just
Mr.
keen on
Kanich,
that.
thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away.
Cool.
We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wrightsley.
Break him.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this guns lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all.
Cool.
Well then, all that's left is to...
commit crimes.
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
A doctor. Couple of top bros from that land.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object.
He does not.
And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
How? It's just
Looks
a
like
bird.
you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
I can't help pass the message to his friend. You know, the owner.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Don't mention
All
it,
right
buddy.
then, we'd better get going. No need to see us off.
Let's roll. I read stashed away, man. Oh, I take it now.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Natland would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
Right.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro.
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kakuku, was it not?
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Fair.
Sure thing, bro.
Makes sense to me.
Are you running away?
Ah, ow. That was a funny thing I just witnessed. That was very funny. Alright, yeah.
Aurora and Aoife, we found Kakuku.
Good news.
What's the situation? How bad is it?
He's gonna die. We got good news and bad news.
Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
He's dead.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Has a point.
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
Correct. Even has an interesting chat with some virtual VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You just have to wait a bit longer, buddy.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, The ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
Aurora, why are you such an ass?
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Cool.
Yay,
Alright, bro.
problem solved! Alright, let's catch up another...
Hooray! Chapter 1! Yippee! We've done. I think I'll do that. For stories like this, if it calls for a 10th chapter, I'll end that chapter. So, for YouTube, be the next day. Twitch chat will be a couple of minutes. Next time, we're gonna meet up our bros and do some stuff. There we go. Behold, I'm the shiny Kinich. Like, subscribe for more content like this. Bye bye.